Somebody you know packed a box this year. Or maybe it was you. Every press release said the same word, AI. 1,115 tech workers per day getting fired in 2026. Almost double last year. Meta, Oracle, Block, Amazon, Cloudflare, same word in every announcement. Then, in February, the CEO of OpenAI, the company whose product is supposedly causing the firings, said something out loud. Companies are blaming AI for layoffs they would have done anyway. He kept talking. Almost nobody noticed. The AI that's supposedly doing your old job, it has a 4.5% success rate. The layoff was real. The technology was not. Let me show you the trick. Picture a magician. Stage, spotlight, audience watching. His right hand goes up, big, dramatic. The right hand says one word, AI. While the audience watches the right hand, the left hand does the cut. That's the trick. The right hand is the story. AI is coming for the work. Productivity is being unlocked. The future is here. The left hand is the cut, the thing the executives already wanted to do. Costs down, margins up, stock back up. The story does the work. The cut happens anyway. And the audience, that's us, never looks at the left hand. Here's the part that's actually interesting. AI is the perfect word to put on the right hand. Wall Street loves it. Mention it on an earnings call, the stock goes up. We're investing in AI is a phrase that adds market cap, by itself, without doing anything. Boards love it too. AI is the only justification for layoffs that doesn't make the board look bad. Cutting people for cost? Looks panicked. Cutting people for AI looks visionary. Same memo, different word, different stock reaction. So what is the left hand actually doing? 3 things: cost discipline, margin expansion, shareholder returns. 3 things that have absolutely nothing to do with artificial intelligence. These are the same goals corporate America has chased for 40 years. Same playbook. Wall Street rewards companies that cut headcount in fat years and lean years. The pressure never stops, and every wave needs a story. In 2001, the story was the dot-com bust. In 2008, the financial crisis. In 2020, the pandemic correction. In 2026, the story is AI. But this time the story is better, because this time the story has been backed by every newspaper, every magazine cover, every think piece, every CEO interview for 2 years straight. You didn't just hear it from the company that fired you, you heard it from everywhere. The cut is always the same. The story changes. You want to see the trick up close? Look at Cloudflare. In May, Cloudflare posted the best quarter in its 16-year history. Revenue up 34%, beat Wall Street on every line. Hours later, they laid off 1,100 people. Record revenue, 1,100 fired. Same day. The reason given? They called it the agentic AI era. The company was making more money than ever. The product was selling. The customers were happy. At 4:05 p.m. that afternoon, the CEO posted record numbers. Minutes later, his layoff memo used the phrase, the agentic AI era, 5 separate times. 5. The product was the same product. The customers were the same customers. The revenue was the highest it had ever been. But 5 mentions of the agentic AI era made the cut sound like a discovery instead of a decision. Cloudflare isn't the exception. Microsoft did it. Cisco did it. Citigroup is doing it as we speak. 20,000 jobs planned. Every memo using the same word. These are not companies in trouble. These are companies in the middle of their best years. Now, here's where the trick falls apart. Just a little. In May 2026, a research firm called Gartner did something nobody asked them to do. They actually looked at the numbers. They surveyed 350 global companies, all with over $1 billion in revenue. Every one of them had piloted AI. 80% of them did the layoffs. And then, Gartner asked the question that breaks the trick. The companies that cut the most, did they get the biggest gains? No. 0. None. The firing happened. The promised gains did not. The analyst running the study put it cleanly. Looking only at layoffs is short-sighted in terms of getting value from AI. Translation: The companies that did the most cutting in the name of AI got nothing in return. Goldman Sachs ran the same question economy-wide. Their senior economist's verdict? No meaningful relationship between productivity and AI adoption at the economy-wide level. None. And the workers using AI? They report spending up to 3.5 times longer on some tasks since AI got introduced. The thing that was supposed to make work faster is making it slower, while the people who did the work are getting fired for it. Which means we've been telling this story wrong. The version where AI took the job, that's not what happened. AI didn't take the job. The story did. The worker wasn't displaced by the technology. The worker was displaced by a narrative that needed a technology to wear as a costume. And here's the part that's actually about you. If you got laid off this year, the company didn't tell you we're optimizing margins. It told you AI is transforming the work. That framing is doing two things at once. It's removing your old job, and it's removing the company's responsibility. You weren't laid off, the technology was. And technology can't be sued, can't unionize, and doesn't show up in next quarter's headlines as ruthless management. Which brings us to the part that should be impossible. The data is public. The Gartner study is published. Goldman ran the numbers. The CEO of OpenAI said the quiet part out loud. The layoffs continue anyway. Why? There's a benchmark called the Remote Labor Index. It measures jobs that can be done entirely on the internet, the kind of jobs that get advertised as AI replaceable. How many can AI agents actually do? 4.5%, not 45, 4. The companies replacing workers with AI know this. Anthropic's CEO walked back his own prediction that AI would wipe out half of entry-level white-collar work. The forecast was wrong. The layoffs kept happening anyway. Because the story isn't designed to deliver AI productivity. The story is designed to deliver something else. Permission. Permission to do the layoffs the boards always wanted but couldn't sell. For decades, layoffs at a profitable company were a hard sell. Headlines would say ruthless. Workers would say betrayal. Investors would ask uncomfortable questions about strategy. With AI as the story, none of that applies. The headlines say transformation. The workers are gone, so nobody asks them. The investors, they cheer. The same act with a different word in front of it gets you applauded instead of investigated. Permission has a hierarchy. The shareholders get the stock pop. The board gets to look strategic. The CEO gets to keep his job and his bonus. The workers, they get a story. The story is that the technology was inevitable, that it was nobody's choice, that AI is just happening. Nothing about it is inevitable. Every layoff is a decision made by humans, signed by humans, justified by a story that was rehearsed in a boardroom before anyone got the email. Permission to cut deeper than the previous wave, because the story is bigger. Permission for the CEO to keep his job and his bonus while the headcount drops by 10,000. The right hand doesn't need to do anything. It just needs to be raised high enough that nobody looks at the left hand. So let's go back to the stage. The right hand is still up. AI is still up there. The audience is still watching. But the right hand was always empty. The cut already happened. It happened during the show. It happened while the audience was watching the right hand. The trick wasn't AI taking the job. The trick was you watched the wrong hand. The layoff was real. It always was. It just wasn't done for the reason you were told. The technology didn't take your job. The technology gave permission for somebody else to. The layoff was real. The technology was not. Next time the company tells you AI took your job, ask them which hand they're holding it in.